hey, it's the first of the month, or it's Monday, or it's the new year, and you've started that diet you're finally going to stick to. But then a hard day happens. The kids are chaos. You forget to eat. You're eating the scraps off your kids' plate. You're just scrambling through the day, trying to get through with coffee and what you can. And by the end, you're just defeated. Can you really do this? Can you really lose weight? You eat some random stuff out of the fridge, and then it's not just about the food, it's the guilt layered on with the pressure and just feeling like you just don't have what it takes. You don't have the willpower to lose the weight you want to lose. So pause. I want you to know that you're not the problem here, and we're going to talk about why and how you can go about this a different way so you feel supported and actually get the results that you want. Because every time you go through that cycle, restrict, slip, spiral, shame, restart, it's not just a bad week with food. It costs you something. Mental and physical energy. It's another tally on that board that you've created inside yourself of how you've failed again. You've let yourself down again. And it's not true, but that is what we give ourselves as evidence that we just can't do it because look at this board of failure. I just can't do it. And then it's just this immense pressure of what's the new plan? What on earth do I do? I just can't do this anymore. Why is this so hard for me? The energy cost of this, when you're a mum and you're already carrying so much, you've got so much to do and so much to give to everyone else, that cognitive load of worrying about what to do, how to do it, and how to start again, and constantly wondering if you're on the right path and what to eat and how much to eat and what to restrict and what to do, how much of your life is that taking up? It costs you a relationship with your body. Every failure reinforces a story that your body is something to be fought, controlled, punished, into submission. And over time, this costs you so much confidence, not only in yourself, but broadly, and this trickles into all areas of your life. Because when you keep failing, it makes you think that you're incapable of change at all. But here's the painful irony of this situation. The more you fight your body through shame and restriction, the harder lasting change becomes. And it's not because you're weak, it's because of physiology. Chronic stress, restriction, and guilt, they keep your nervous system in a state that actively works against fat loss, against energy, and against feeling good. You're not failing the diet. The diet approach is failing you. The core reason why I can help you with this situation and a path forward that is rooted in peace, it's not because of my credentials. I'm a holistic health practitioner. I have degrees in nutrition, but it's none of that. It's my lived experience. I have been the mum trying to hold it all together, pouring from an empty cup, trying to figure out a way to take care of myself, lose the weight that I want to lose. It's personal to you how much that is, and still take care of everyone else whilst having guilt and pressure and shame around taking care of myself, but also guilt and shame and pressure about not eating. Well, we're just going to leave that in because this is life. Trying to talk to you and paintings fall off the wall because this is life. There's constant things that will try to trip you up and get in the way of what you want. This is our metaphor. Trying to have a plan to lose weight. Amidst the chaos of raising children, I found a way of eating through my studied experience and my lived experience that gave me energy, the weight came off, and I felt good. But the crucial part that is often missing from any sort of food-based plan is the nervous system work, is the mindset work, because it doesn't matter what food you're eating, what plan you're on, our minds, our subconscious that runs 95% of all of our actions, it will win in the end. So when the hard days came, the chaos came with the kids, something happened, this didn't sleep, whatever it is, then I found myself still not being able to stick to the exact thing that worked perfectly. What I noticed how quickly old patterns emerged because I did not have the tools when times got hard. And then I'd try to push harder, restrict, just try again, and it didn't work. And the problem wasn't exactly what was on my plate. The problem was underneath it. This is when I studied further into physiology, stress, the nervous system, how cortisol and hormones affect a woman's body over 30. The default approach to weight loss, especially the marketed stuff at mums and women 30 plus, is built on one premise: eat less, move more, and if it's not working, you better try harder. Calorie deficits, point systems, cut the sugar, cut the carbs, up the protein, do this challenge, push through, white knuckle it. To what end? Now, I'm not saying any of these things on their own are inherently evil or so terrible, but the underlying message through all of this is to restrict, punish, push. There is nothing supportive or loving about this. And to me, that doesn't make sense if it's the way that you're supposed to live. The framework they operate from, it's broken, because the framework is your body is a problem to be solved through discipline. And here's why that does not work for mums, especially. If you're stressed, sleep deprived, trying to cut down on food, your nervous system is at an all-time high threat level, running on high cortisol, this is most mums' daily life. Like me, living with a preteen certainly raises the cortisol. When you layer shame and punishment on top of that, your body doubles down onto holding everything it's got. It's not a character flaw, it's just biology, and your body is trying to protect you. And the shame spiral, the guilt after eating something bad, it doesn't motivate change. Research actually shows it does the opposite. Shame increases the likelihood of the exact behaviors you're trying to stop. This isn't your fault. As a woman, a mother, pain, punishment, shame. This is the path we were given, but it's not going to get you where you want to go in any sort of joyful way, which is ultimately what matters. You deserve to enjoy life, not shame yourself into a body that you don't even like. You cannot punish and hate yourself into a body that you love and respect. The starting point and the key here to sustainable long-term weight loss is starting with care, not shame and punishment, from actual true self-love and the self-care that, gets thrown around a lot in a night with a mask and a trip to the shop by yourself or whatever version of self-care you do as a mum. This is true self-care where you are filling your cup, not trying to pour from the empty cup every single day like I did. It's been one of the hardest lessons for me to learn in motherhood, not losing your identity so that you can actually take care of yourself, which makes you a happier, better mother anyway. Because here's what changes when that shifts. When you shift from shame and punishment to coming to yourself with compassion and care and love, as you would a friend or a loved one. You move from, I have to fix this broken body, to, I want to take care of myself. And the actions look really different. The food choices feel different. The movement feels different. It starts being something you actually want to do, rather than something else to tick off and another way to treat yourself badly that day. It's not a soft, feel-good idea. This is how lasting change works. So if you're sitting here and now you're thinking, okay, I hear you, but what do I actually do? Here's the one thing I want you to try this week. Just one question every time you're about to make a choice around food or movement, ask yourself, am I doing this to punish or restrict myself, or am I doing this for myself? That's it for right now. You don't have to overhaul your whole life and your diet and your day and you make 50 plans and 30 Pinterest boards. Just stop and pause when you're going to take an action. Just start noticing because awareness is truly the first step. For mums that have been in diet mode for so many years, pausing to really think about this can actually make a huge impact. Is this meal restriction or nourishment? Is this workout punishment, or is it something I'm giving myself? Am I skipping this food because I'm actually not hungry, or because I'm trying to make up for yesterday? You don't have to have the right answer. You just have to start asking and noticing what your default patterns are, because this is where the subconscious work can come in to rewire those patterns and set you up for success long term. These questions over time start to rewire your relationship with yourself. I want you to paint a picture of the before and after, of where you are now and where you want to be with your weight. Now, I don't mean just a before and after photo. I mean getting up in the morning, going over to your cupboard, your drawers, pulling out clothes and just putting them on. Feeling good, not tugging and twisting and feeling uncomfortable and second guessing yourself. Just getting dressed. That's no longer a worry. Going and eating a meal without calculating, without stressing, without thinking about the rest of the day and the rest of the week and was that right, was that wrong, what do I need to do later, how can I work this off? The absolute chaos and noise that comes with it. Imagine that's gone. Imagine what it feels like to be present with your kids at home, when you're out in photos, where you're not constantly just worried and concerned and connected to food and your body and worrying. Truly think about how much of that takes up your time. Whether you're searching on your phone for the new way for things to work, the new recipe that fits this, the new this, the that, the new path, the workouts, the things, the big list of what you need to do. What if that just wasn't there? That worry wasn't there. You weren't second guessing yourself anymore. There's a lot more time for you, your family, your life. That's what's on the other side of this. Not a perfect body, one where you feel happy and joyful, a peaceful one. And I promise you that's available to you, not just after you hit that perfect weight goal, but on the journey there, learning to love yourself truly during this journey, through the process of learning to take care of yourself properly because you deserve it. So remember, you cannot punish and hate yourself into a body you love and respect. You can slowly, consistently, kindly get yourself there. So in order to be off the dieting roller coaster of restriction, I created my framework that I teach, which is the P.E.A.C.E framework. P for your powerful mindset and personal why. E, eating abundant plants. A, aligned nervous system. C, conscious movement. And E, embodied living. This incorporates not only a way of eating that is not restrictive, it is abundant, where you get to feel good and not stress over every bite of food. The path of nourishment equaling weight loss, self-love equaling weight loss. This whole concept rooted in peace, because you as a person, as a woman, your identity is not XYZ. You are you, and you deserve peace in your life. And that is why I teach this and why I want to help mums just like you if you are struggling. Watch the next video and learn more about how I could help you on a path that actually brings you joy and weight loss. See you in the next one. Bye.